Hello there, good evening and welcome. This is Strong and Sassy here on your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Animwaa Anim-Addo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me say a big thank you to Noella, who hosted for us last week whilst I was away. And once again, you're welcome. We're live on Facebook, so like I always say, the visuals are way more exciting than the voices. So you definitely want to, if you can, join us on Facebook, and then you can actually see our faces and our gestures and all the excitement and everything that goes on in the studio. If not, then that's fine. We'll just be with you on your radios. But tonight we're having a rather serious conversation. So tonight we're talking about body shaming, and I have two very the adjectives two very amazing guests who will kind of help us to dissect what it is, how to deal with it, why it exists, and just generally how it affects our lives and our relationships and the way that we feel about ourselves as well. So joining me for the first time is Na Dodu. She's a communication specialist. Hi, Na.
Hi.
Good evening, and thank you for being here.
You're welcome. I'm glad you invited me. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And Akushika Goka, who is a psychologist. Actually, this is not your first time, is it?
No, this is
Yes, definitely not your first time. So welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you too. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. So now let me start with you. I think we talk about body shaming a lot. You hear it, What does it? Okay. Where is the line between being encouraged to look a certain way and body shamed?
Okay. Well, first of all, let me just explain what body shaming is. It's basically just passing negative comments on a person's image. Yes. A lot of people ignore what it is or how it affects us. So with your question, in fact, what's your question again?
My question was, taking that definition into account, because I'm assuming everybody knows what body shaming
Not everybody
is.
knows.
Yeah.
I don't like to start interviewing so what is body shaming? It's like the stereotypical way of Because even if you don't know, somewhere along the line you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's obviously there's a line between somebody making a negative comment to encourage you to be better, and then it's just a negative comment that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, there's something called unconscious bias. They are not aware of what they're doing. Now, when you're body shaming someone, there are those who know that this is body shaming, and there are those who do not know. So what's the line? I don't know where the line is. If there is, someone should text me and tell me, because body shaming is body shaming. There's I think, is it the Equiapem who say me pachos yabia?
Yeah.
But literally they're dissing you.
Yeah.
Okay, say that again.
Me pachos say yabia.
Okay.
I think you're a fool. Sorry, excuse my French.
Let me see.
Missy yabia.
Okay.
But they're telling to your face that, you
Okay.
get it. So I think the line is where I don't see a line. If you ask me, I don't see a line. Because if you're telling me, hey, you're fat, hey, we'll die. Those kind of comments are quite...
Which in the Ghanaian society are just, said very freely. Like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I have an experience where my ex-boyfriend told me to my face that, hey, Oshie. Sorry, but I'm gone. So I want to say it in the Ghana way for those listening. Yeah. You get it. And I had just traveled back to the country, and you're in a hurry to just go see your man. You get there, it goes like, me no fear. Oshie,
Ooh, yeah.
in that tone.
Yeah.
So you go like, okay. So I just, you
kind of coil into...
I did, into my shell until I realized that, dude was just cheating on me and wanted something out. He just wanted me out. It wasn't my body, because this is me. I wasn't that big. Unlike now that I would say I've put on which is beautiful. I love the way I feel now. But before, I wasn't. So I had issues. So I started having issues with the way he would talk to me. Then I started looking at myself. Do I need to change my clothes? Do I need to change, in fact, my whole wardrobe, like everything, to please him? So I don't see a line being drawn. I think some people negatively or intentionally pass comments like that. There are those who can say, oh, but they are saying it. Unconsciously, they are saying it. And it's you, how you take it. Like I keep saying, it's how I accept things, how should I say it? I put things in my head, how I accept things being said to me. So if you are talking about drawing a line, it's about being respectful to everybody.
Okay. All right. Akushika.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, like she said, there is no thing. I don't see a thing like body shaming is body shaming.
Exactly.
She spoke about the unconscious bias. Like in our cultural setting, obolo, obolo twe, chingelenge. These are terms that we use for people who are thick and then slim, and then we feel like if you are big, that's not the standard. I think it also there is a cultural role in there, you know. Some people feel like being thick is nice. Some people feel like being skinny is not a standard. Do you understand? And so there is really no thing like, even if you mean to tell the person that, oh, okay, I think you've gained so much weight for whatever reason. Sometimes the person has gained weight for some reason that was no fault of theirs. You can be on some medication and then it will make you lose weight. But there is always a way to go about it than just give the comments like that. Hey, you've gained weight too. Sometimes the person does not mean it, but it just comes out like that. But then the person that you are giving that comment to might be actually struggling with it. Maybe has had other comments and then it's difficult to deal with it. So it's something that we have to be conscious about. How do we communicate to people who you've seen like a sudden change in body, whether it's weight loss or weight gain? I am naturally thick. And then I decided to personally take a health decision to take care of myself. So I was conscious about my diet. I wasn't doing that because I wanted to be slim. I just was doing it for my health benefit. And then surprisingly, I lost so much weight than I thought. And anyone who saw me was like, hey, why are you sick? What is happening to you? Are you okay? Is somebody worrying you? And I was like, no, I'm not sick. So they would speak to somebody who is close. Are you sure she's okay? Now I gained some weight. Hey, now there will be more. You've gained much weight too. I was like, you see, everybody will have a comment. And some of the people were like, oh, now the weight that you have attained is okay. You gain weight. The first one, this one is even better. Like now you've gained weight. So it's it's more like
tiring,
if you follow what people say, you'd be thrown in some confusion and then the stress. It all boils down to you. I should feel comfortable with how I'm feeling, unless it's causing me some health problems. Then I thought, okay, I want to manage my life or my system in such a way that I would be comfortable with myself. And so one thing that I always had in mind is you can't control what people would say. I mean, it's obvious I've gained weight, but you can't control what people will say. What you can control is how you take it. And you can't stop people from saying what they have to say. So you have to understand that these people do not have much enlightenment on how to communicate. So you have to also take it easy and then, find the better way to respond to such comments.
Yeah. So from what both of you have said, it seems as if the thing that maybe women are body shamed the most about is weight. Because both of you talked about weight, but body shaming goes beyond
weight. Beyond weight.
Weight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what are some of the other areas, that you may have experienced or know?
I used to battle with a lot of pimples.
Okay.
I used to battle with it so much that as early as in senior high school, I had to sneak concealer to school.
Wow. Just
to cover them up. And I thought, my peers didn't know about makeup. It was one lady who noticed that this lady face was looking different. And I've had that. It's the way people will stop you in town. Please, I have some medicine to help your pimples, okay?
Jesus Christ.
Someone
Are
even
you
Someone even
Yeah.
asked me to use my urine.
Early morning
Urine.
urine.
And then the way she said it, it felt uncomfortable. Hey, when we are like now, when you my basa, it's spoiling your face. Even though some of them seem to show concern, it was really worrying me. That's one of the things that has actually worried. Oh, you're a nice girl. Chale, you be before when you do something about your face. And I had done everything I could. I've seen specialists. Some were just too expensive. I just let go, and then I just embraced it. So in uni, I used to wear a lot of makeup, but at a point, I was like, no, let me embrace it. Let me get comfortable with my skin. This is a skin condition. It's not as if I called for it. And I started enjoying my good skin, and I loved it. Like, I look beautiful in it. I would take pictures unless I have to go for an occasion. I even feel lazy to wear makeup. So I got comfortable with it. So that's one of the things that I battled with a lot. Yeah.
Wow. I guess, acne and the like things that affect faces. I think sometimes if you haven't really experienced it, it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal. Because I have a teenage daughter who has pimples and acne, and I've never had it before. So she's always like, my face, and I find it difficult to relate because oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's not a big deal.
The comments.
So when you ignore. I don't know, when you ignore somebody's concern about a part of their body, is that body shaming as well? I don't think so.
No, it is. I won't call it body shaming. Like you said, into wada, that's that's how it is. I didn't have acne as well. I didn't have pimple. I had a smooth face until I'm stressed. When I'm stressed,
or period.
Yeah. Until I think 2 months ago, I had some crazy one on my face. I'm like, hey, Minine, come on. I literally went berserk. I was like, what's happening to me? I spent an amount of money on things to use that I wouldn't on a normal day. I wouldn't, but I had to buy this. Like. Did I waste all this money just to clear this thing off my face?
Yeah.
Yes. So you would think it's cool. Oh, let me leave her. She'll be okay. There's a word for it. Is it? Should I say non-inclusiveness? There's a word for it. You ignore the person because you think, oh,
it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. I don't know this, because let her. Oh, it's her face.
Yeah.
She'll be fine. It is. You're body shaming the person. You are literally ignoring her to deal with her own mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and So, sometimes it gets difficult. You genuinely want to help the person, but you also knowing about body shaming, you don't know how to communicate to the person. I want to help
because
you.
There's no relation there.
Exact, and you don't know how the person would take it. No matter how it's being communicated. Like somebody told me yesterday, your face, use these remedies to make it smooth. I have gone past that, but
I'm looking at your face
and you don't see
and
that.
it's almost like it's not something like
well, maybe because I'm wearing makeup, but it's not too bad.
But
like
with the makeup, there's nothing that.
Well, it's better now. I just left it to be. Left it to God to handle.
The reason I'm saying that is your face doesn't look like something. It's not like there's no cause for alarm that somebody I feel would approach and say, oh, you should.
I know. Yes, just yesterday.
Wow, I see.
And then, even though I had gone past, I had developed a tough skin or knowledge about it. It's piqued me. It's tickled me a little bit. But I remember that she just wants to help. She just wants to share some tips. So because of how sensitive the matter is, the recipient of the comment might be easily offended, even though somebody is trying to help, or the person trying to give the help might feel like, what if she gets offended, but genuinely maybe the other person is struggling and I could give a solution. So it's a bit dicey.
I think we all struggled with people who had body odor and contemplating, do I say something about it?
Yes.
Do I give them a gift? Do I I mean, you guys you knew people like that, like growing up and stuff.
I remember SS, it was that bad. She was like, should I tell her? Should I buy a roll-on for her? or or like what should I do?
How do I, do you think that maybe people who body shame unknowingly, that's how they feel? I'm trying to get into the mind of a body shamer.
So like,
I think some people are generally mean. There are those that are very mean, and there are those who mean well.
Are concerned, yeah.
Very concerned about it. There are those that are like I told you, my guy did.
That was, I don't know.
You get it, and there are those who go like she said, like, hey, I'm putting on. If you yourself you realize that you're putting on, whether it's good for you or not, it's up to you to decide whether I want to lose weight. Like if somebody tells you that, or let me not use body weight. Let me use body shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, shape is a big.
Yes.
It is. You're flat. Like myself, I am flat. I tell myself like, look, don't you see the contour of women?
Where of yours is flat? I mean, for those who are listening, because I'm looking at protruding apples on an apple tree.
Exactly, because I've grown. Okay. I've become a woman.
So you meant
when I was a girl,
okay,
I was very flat,
okay,
and I was an athlete. So you can imagine me.
There was a time when being athletic was sexy.
It's not more sexy.
That's the thing. The definition of beauty is so fleeting.
Exactly.
Every 10, 15 years it changes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants the curvy woman, flat stomach. And so I go like, well, the number of corsets I've bought, only God knows.
I bought one today.
I still have a lot, and I don't wear them.
Oh, maybe this might work.
You still don't feel confident in it. So I told myself that, okay, I'm flat. And you meet people go like, hey, Blofonio, you're flat though.
Wow.
Oh yes.
So I grew up with that, and there are those that, like I said, some are mean comments. You realize this person is just being mean to you. Hey, I don't want to speak Ghana. I don't want to sound very Ghana.
It's fine. I do it sometimes.
No. I like when I say it in the Ghana tone, so that
we understand. We get the
you're
feeling.
Ghana, right?
I'm not.
No.
You're not. Forgive me. I saw Akushika.
Yeah, I'm Eve.
Unconscious, but sorry. You're ever. Oh, okay. So they go like, hey. Obedu na cry. Need trauma on it.
Wow. Seriously.
It's a trauma base for me.
It's a trauma. I know. It's a trauma.
So when I was growing, I was like, okay, I'll put on. Forgetting that my family, we are big. You give birth, one birth, and you're not careful, you just bloat. So when I gave birth, I was like, finally. But small.
Yeah.
I have breasts. And my tummy started like, okay.
Okay.
Do you get it?
So
So I
make
started.
it better though?
That's where it started where like, hey, you wear clothes and your stomach is all poop. You need to wear corset that has
stomach
started.
is all what?
Poop. So, I was concerned, but until I realized that some are mean with their comments. They tell you in a way that you feel bad. You would want to cry. And there are others too that would go like, oh, it's no big deal. I think with time, you overcome it. Whatever is going on with you, I'm sure you.
It's true.
It goes hand in hand. There are those that are very mean.
I mean, there are many weight conditions that have serious health, that come from a serious health background. So I know that some women who have PCOS, women who are on progesterone, women who are on certain sorts of medication,
antidepressants.
You put on weight, So then you're having to choose between, my health or the way that I look. And you can't explain yourself to everybody. You know what I mean? So then how do you deal with this culture where everybody seems to think it's okay to have an opinion on the way you look? Whether it's your hair, whether it's your clothes, whether it's... Like, people will just generally say anything. I mean, so how do you deal with it? Do you get defensive? Do you get caustic? Do you, like, hey, so when are you getting married? Hey, so when am I coming to your funeral? I mean, are you, like, just mean? Are you having, how do you...
You give it to them moto back to back.
Because it can be very, very, very painful.
Yeah.
I think that, first of all, you have to choose whether to answer or not. Like I said, circles of control. There are certain things that you can't control, what people would have to say. It's up to you. How do you react? I personally don't think defense is the way to go. Because sometimes as you are defending, some people would want to trigger you some more and get you more angry, and by the time you realize it's a back and forth, and then your day is all ruined. Choose how you want to reply. A simple smile. If I don't want to answer, I don't want to answer. A simple smile, then I leave. There are some people that you can find a nice way to, oh, I'm comfortable with this, I'm okay. If the person is giving more comments about it, just go. Like you said, beauty is fleeting. It keeps changing. First, it was, I knew Ghanaian woman has to be thick. Now they want slim,
Now they want curvy.
curvy. So people,
Curvy butts. The thing that worries me with the
Curvy
curvy
butts,
curvy
but-
butts, flat stomach.
that's
Why, if we are
and then-
curvy, let us be curvy from like
and then
everywhere.
flat stomach is not easy to get
It isn't.
for some people. So just feel comfortable with yourself. People will always say what they have to say, but basically, how is it
how
like?
you
How is the
respond.
body you are carrying affecting you? I gained weight again, and I noticed that my ass was becoming bigger, and my back. I said no, this thing I can't carry.
Can't carry it, it's too
My
much.
knee. I was like no.
Yeah.
I think I want to maintain a weight that I love. Like this is okay for me. This is the body I can carry. And so people always say cultural perspective, we cannot do much about it. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Think about it. What comments can you give? Sometimes you'll be unsuccessful with some of the comments that you give, but you analyze this comment I gave, this feedback I got, was you okay? Eventually you find the comments that you'd give that would make you okay, or the kind of feedback you give people that you'd be comfortable with. So it's with time. You would have to go through it,
And
but
then-
you will get
And
through
even
it.
with what she just said about the being fat, give me a minute. I asked a friend. It's something she and I talk about a lot, and she sent me something. If you don't mind, I would want to
Yeah, sure, go
read
ahead.
it. Okay. She was like, growing up as a girl who comes from a family of thicker people, irrespective of the gender. I was boyish but had big buttocks. Often people see me and go like, "Hey, your ass is big, oh, small girl like you." And it went on to say that it wasn't hard to find. Go and call that girl with a big ass for me when people want to call her. Go like, it wasn't hard to find because apparently I was the only one who has big butt. Then I started being aware and ashamed because of my big ass. It grew worse when I got to secondary school. Life in boarding school was a living hell for me. But again, I'm someone who likes to keep to myself, so I endured and cried myself to sleep. She went on, I just want to cut it, this is a long, she said, out of school to real life, when they pass by you, you feel cursed. I'm 27 years now, and still, if I had the chance and money, I would go take my ass off so I can have confidence in myself and peace. It's affected the way I see myself. I meet genuine people who love my body, but because of words from the past and present, I feel the person is just making fun and mockery of me. Yeah, it's she's always wearing big clothes. I've never seen her with anything clingy.
Anything. I mean, there's a part of me that's asking, in a day and age where that kind of body type is celebrated.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we underestimate the scars and the trauma that people feel and go through when we say the kinds of things to them that they're not ready to hear, especially when they're kids. Because I'm sure that if, and this is just, you know, my amateurish assessment, but I'm sure that if she hadn't gone through that, she would probably, you know, be thriving, because people are paying to have,
those.
Yeah.
you know,
No,
you
I
know
think
what I
it's
mean.
because she's boyish. You get it. She's a tom girl. Or should I say tomboy?
Tomboy.
Yeah, she's a tomboy with that ass. That's plenty. You get it. So
Yeah.
people go like, how are you like this and you have that behind you?
Wow, like
Yes.
people actually ask,
So
how are you like this and you have that?
so it's better she
Yeah.
wears the big clothes, big shorts, trousers, hoodies to cover everything up, and she's busty too.
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah.
not. I don't know if she sought help, because she said something like, I keep to myself.
She does to
Yes.
date.
So in such a situation, if you get somebody to take you through introspection, like who do you really want to be? What are you comfortable with? Take away those negative comments. What were you comfortable with, or who do you really want to be? Then you can now go deep
But I
down
know
to
those
find
things
out.
bring about low self-esteem. So here's the
Yes.
case: you're always like she said, she's always hiding.
Yes. So
keeping to
introspection
herself.
is very important. It enables you to know what you want.
Mm.
Because right now she's keeping to herself.
Yeah.
She's what people have said is what she's registered in her mind.
Yeah.
So that's what she's moving by. But I mean,
People
being
are
a
paying
tom-
for
it's
that.
it's not your fault that it's biological. So what do you want me to do? You
Yeah,
get it?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
biological. So introspection does a lot of good. Like you go deep
It's
down.
not your fault.
Then you begin to act. I mean, this is who I am.
This is how.
I accept.
Yeah.
Have fun. Be confident. Live life. I mean, don't let the people make you. Life is to be enjoyed. Be present. Like be mindful of the present. Not
Yeah.
cues of it. I mean, enjoy your ass. Watch Shada. Can you
You know,
make fun of
shake
it?
it,
Shake
like-
it and make fun of
I
it.
mean,
She's watching, so I'm glad you're saying this to her. 'Cause it looks like
Eventually-
I'm the one talking all the time, telling her what to do.
Funny enough, eventually people begin to like it. Like those same people who were teasing you now, they'll begin to like the way you've carried on with this confidence and you are
Yeah.
owning it and whatnot. They are the same people who will come back
who will come back?
and then cheer you on. So don't listen to what people say. People have an opinion. If you're riding on the donkey, you're like, hey, you are wicked. If you get down, why you
Why
you
Why do you have a donkey and you're walking?
Yes.
Like regardless
know,
of what you
they
do,
have a
people
opinion.
will have
Yeah.
an opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm interested in body shaming in relationships. I mean, so you mentioned an experience. I think I've also in a few relationships had, some sorts of comments that have been made, and I've always wondered that, so if you're with someone and they look a certain way, is it? I'm guessing that maybe people that you're in a relationship with feel like maybe it's part of their responsibility to I'm trying to put it nicely, that's why I'm suffering like that, to maybe bring your attention to certain things that may be deviating from what is
Yeah.
the norm or what they know. Is that body shaming too? I mean, if for example your husband sat down with you and said, babe, I love you so much.
But you're big. You're growing big.
You're kind of putting on weight. It's affecting our sex life. Because when you're bouncing, it's all stomach that's bouncing. I mean, depending on how graphic he chooses to be. Is that body shaming or not? Is body shaming? I think what I'm really trying to ask, is it body shaming in the way that it's said, or is it also just body shaming in the reality of what is being said, whether it's said nicely or not? There are
The
some
reality,
things that
yeah.
are just painful.
Yeah.
Let me say this. It's painful. It's how it's being said. It is said. What has to be said has to be said, regardless of how it is being said to you. If I am married and my husband tells me, babes, almost unfair, but I'm like, well, you saw that before you even came to say hi. I want you as my girlfriend. Because when you saw me, I wasn't in corset. You've seen me as I am. I come open book. So if you've seen me this way and still accepted and married me, I don't see what your problem is. But don't worry, baby, I'll work on it. It's how you accept it. It's how you respond to it. Do you get it? I have a brother-in-law who would look me in the face and go like, no. This your stomach there is bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
He says yours is
I
bad.
don't know if he's watching or listening, but
he should meet me. I wonder what
Then-
he will say then.
then my sister gave birth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
Then she calls me.
Now,
That walk us to harm me.
wow. He
I'm
was-
like, oh, you're feeling it. Okay, that's nice. You want a corset? I'll get you a corset. But you know what? Your husband needs to understand that you're giving him 5 kids. Your body will definitely change. It has changed. He must accept you for who you are. You get it. So if I'm your wife and you're not accepting my body for what I am, I've gone through CS, I've gone through normal birth, and you still look in my face and tell me it's all bubbles and bubbling when you are sitting on me. Well, accept the bubbles. It comes with everything.
I think that it's the negative if it's communicated negatively,
That's how
then
you
that's
get
the issue. Now, if you're my partner, I'm looking out for you in a way. Maybe you've not noticed, maybe it's something you are silently dealing with. If I find a nice way to communicate it to you,
What is
the
the nice?
What is the nice way?
you see,
of telling...
the thing is, it's the reality. Okay, if I actually don't even know how to communicate it to you, because I don't want to say it in a way that you feel like I'm body shaming you. But I've noticed some changes on you. I'm not saying that because you've gained weight, you're no longer looking beautiful. But if it is affecting the marriage, sex life, then we think about how best to enhance it, because we both work on each other or work together to make the relationship lively.
So would it be kinder to say, oh, come home one night and say, oh, babe, guess what? What? I've signed us up for the gym.
We talk about
Exactly.
it.
We're doing it.
No.
You know what?
Okay, I think that personally,
I think personally
we
you
have
wouldn't
to
want
talk
that.
I would like us to talk it through. Okay, sit her down, find out how you tell her how she feels.
Okay.
Show genuine concern. Do you understand? How do you feel like the person might express? If you realize that the person that you're expressing this comment to it, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I just was showing concern. But anytime, it's the thing is, it is what
has
it
to be
is.
said.
That
It is
thing,
what
yeah,
it
you-
is.
It is
You
what
still
it
have
is,
to
and
say
it is not body shaming. So I am asking you, are you concerned about it? Do you want to do something about it? If it's not affecting you, but if it is affecting the relationship, it's affecting me too. It's affecting me too. You see, in psychology, if something is a disorder, if it's affecting you and people around you, then it's a disorder. Do you
It's just
understand?
affecting you.
And other people
I
around
know,
you.
but if it's just affecting you and it's not affecting...
How will you think it's a disorder?
It's
If,
not
if
a
only,
disorder.
if
It's a
only,
disorder,
if
yeah,
only
yeah,
you
yeah.
accept it's a disorder, oh, it's not a disorder. I mean, whatever your opinion is, but we are seeing what is happening
My
to
niece
you.
is autistic. She always tells us that it's us that we don't understand.
Exactly.
She's fine.
Yeah,
right?
they have their
you
own
people
world.
don't
Yeah.
understand.
They
me,
have their
like-
own world. We
Yeah.
assume that everybody is supposed to be like a certain way. So yeah, she's right in
Yeah.
her
Any
opinion.
But let's not do just female. There are men.
I was about to delve there.
Yeah, but
Just
this,
there.
strong and sassy is for women. So,
Like it.
like BPMS the men can talk about their body
But you're
shaming.
not talking about
The men can talk about their body
no
shaming.
about the relationship parts.
Okay,
You know,
fine,
when
go
you're with a
ahead.
husband who equally has a big stomach, and you also have a
Yeah.
big stomach, there are
It
some
doesn't
positions
work.
you can't do.
It just doesn't. I always say that I could never be with, and every time I say, people insult me.
You come
Which
with
is
a
fine.
big
I could
person.
never be with a big person. I like skinny people. I like skinny men. Like I can't.
So you attract skinny men.
Yes, I mean so far so good.
Why?
But it's just what I like. So I feel like, and I think that preference is allowed. I don't think it's body shaming. I think it's preference. So if you're going to come up to me, by the time you're saying hello, you should accept that you are coming to chat with a woman who is big. It's not that you came and this is then 3 months later.
She's put on
Now,
and you start
no, maybe no,
complaining.
maybe I haven't.
Okay.
So maybe I have not actually put on weight. But the fantasies that you had in your head about how you are coming to deal with this machine and the reality of you not having the strength to deal with the
with it.
machine, it cannot be my emergency.
That's true.
You get what I mean? But of course, I mean, and maybe that's why I keep on asking the question that where is the space, in a relationship for us to be able to say, because if I'm with a man and you started out skinny and your stomach is becoming big, I can't swallow it. So I'm like, so how do you say, yo, babe,
Let's just put it this way. There's nothing like, I can't say it all, there's sugar-coating words. I believe in saying things as they are. Like, just tell me, okay, I have a man with a protruded stomach and our sex life is becoming boring because every time it's either I'm on top of him or we have to find another position. So I can just... Anybody who knows me knows that.
you say,
Me-
but are you fine if he says it to you then?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard that a lot. Me, I couldn't be bothered. bothered though. You know, if someone is called nonchalant, like a real person, like I said, probably
If
it's me.
nonchalant was a person, yeah.
I'll tell you to your face, oh, but no, not me, this was me. So you don't come throwing word like, hey, I guess this
So
is
how
me.
about if you start changing? What if you actually do put on weight?
Okay, I put, so if I start putting on weight and he's complained before, and like I said, I just throw the words back at him like, this is me, and then it should be a worry to me, not to him anymore, because he's complained once.
Okay.
And for me not to, or let that thing not to draw into our relationship, where our sex life, because apart from your sex life, I don't know where that should be a problem.
I mean, I guess people have image issues. Men want to be seen with a certain kind of
So
woman.
go for that woman. I mean,
that is a problem, because like she said, it's not easy. Did we talk about you liking skinny girls?
So
well,
go
maybe
for the skinny
that
girls.
is out of it, the picture. But if you love me for who I am. Okay, I might be having genuine concerns, unless you want me to commit suicide because I can't do anything about it. But if you love me, it's my personality.
If it is
I
not
decided
affecting
to-
our life,
what
I don't
if-
see why it should be a
What if
problem.
for a reason you also get amputated, and then
I
I
have to
feel
deal
like
with it.
Exactly. So life, anything can be thrown at you, but we always want to be with somebody who would love us for who we are.
Yeah.
So think about it.
I mean, I think another thing that bothers me is social media.
That
yeah.
is, in fact, it is.
Oh, I didn't even ask the question. All right, go
You
ahead.
don't have to
I
ask.
don't have to ask the question. Go ahead.
You know, social media, people tend to social media. I think changes and everything has become social media. It has taken over our space, has taken over our lives. Marriage, it has taken over everything. And kids these days listen and watch everything on social media and feel like, oh, I want to be like this lady. I want the way she looks. So she grows up looking at what she sees on social media, Instagram especially. You get it. So if she sees that, oh, this is my role model, so everything my role model does, I have to do.
Yeah.
If she turns this way, I have to turn this way. If she wants to be, today she's black, tomorrow she has established, then automatically she also has to establish.
Yeah.
You get it. So social media, if we are to put body shaming and social media in a box, I would say that you either mute your comment section or throw it out of the bag, because those two goes hand in hand. Once someone body shames you, you put a picture there and it's not nice, they will throw it to your face.
Yeah.
And then I will say, what's this? Wow, what a wig. It has done like this. Why is it not like this? Why can't you buy bone straight? Why don't you have clothes? Don't you have an iron? Don't you have this? Wow, your makeup is bad. Don't you have a makeup artist? Yes.
Wow. Those are some crazy standards.
Comment. People don't care. They buy one bundle data and they are behind the room and they write the negative things on, and you'll be one like, did I really do this? And people go crazy. Mental health.
Yeah.
We don't think about those things. I watched a Chinese or Korean movie, and the lady was just writing bad things about. She was just writing, in fact, the meanest comments where you are holding a glass, you want to just break it. Like, did I really do? Am I that bad? Is my hair that bad? Do I need to see a specialist? Am I mad? I mean, the specialist is here. She can tell you that what I'm saying. People really listen to things on Instagram, social media, and it's crazy. So I believe that if you are trying to put yourself out there, or you are the kind of person that listens to people a lot, you need to stay away from social media, because it is a growing trend that we can't do without it, or in fact it's part of our lives now. So it's how you handle it. Some mute their comment section so they don't read the main things people write.
say. What do you think?
I don't know what your question was, but if
I didn't, because I didn't answer your question. I said social media, and then
you know how it affects us mentally.
But the question actually was not even how. Thank you for the question. The question was actually how social media perpetuates a kind of woman that in reality may not necessarily exist. For example, you see all these women, with certain kinds of bodies and flat stomachs, and there's gastric sleeve surgery, there's BBL, there's the mummy body, there's all of those
there's
things.
a mummy body?
I mean, there's so you go and you have a kid, by cesarean.
Yeah.
You do a tummy tuck. They do the breast lift. They do the body shaping.
Right after
everything.
giving birth?
Yeah, whilst you're under anesthesia.
Oh.
So then you come out, then you're just healing. So then you're healing from the C-section, the tummy tuck,
Is
the
it?
BBL, the boobs, everything. It's called the mummy makeover.
The interesting thing is, everyone has the kind of pressure they can handle. The person who you've seen on social media who is going through it probably has a tough skin to handle it. Can your body handle that?
Yeah.
You might go through it and they might not succeed. Something might happen to some people went through it and they are fine. And they are keeping, I know these things, there's a lot of maintenance to it.
Oh yeah, the
Can
surgery
can you handle that pressure?
What you
And
do once, you have to do again?
No, I mean I think if you do like a BBL, you have to stay in shape. You have to exercise. You have to keep it that way. You
Register at the
can't
gym
do
all
it
the
and then
time.
think, oh, I've done it, so
So-
now my body's going to stay like this permanently.
Yeah.
So it's, can you handle the pressure? You have to begin to accept like who you are. Yeah, social media there, everything there is what it says. If you want information, go, but make sure that you try as much as possible to protect yourself. If these images you are seeing, or you are following a certain celebrity and you realize that if you are consistently seeing those images, it begins to affect you, simple, unfollow.
Yeah.
So social media has a lot of information, negative, positive. Don't go about chasing every information. And some people cry behind everything.
closed door.
You know,
Exactly.
I think that the social media
That's the part we don't
images
see.
is also is promoting the surgery, the body enhancement surgeries.
Yeah.
Because you see women who look normal, like just normal women, and then they do surgery and then their bodies completely change.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of celebrities who've done surgery and have come back and have said, this wasn't the best decision for me
Yeah.
because of the health risks.
Yeah.
And for example, recently I've been looking at the Kardashians, and I know that they went through a lot of different body enhancements, surgery, and they're kind of stepping back from it because you're seeing that their bumps are getting smaller, so they're taking
And
out the
it's
fillers.
sagging.
They're taking out the Black
You have to
China.
use that.
Yeah, she has. Black China, for example, took out all of her fit, the boob jobs, everything, and it's like, so it's like sometimes you're like, okay, are we moving forward? Are we moving back? And a lot of times, I think with body shaming, the motive is not a get healthy motive. It's a look a certain way.
Is it for what I get? Is it for a short period? Like, okay, for 1 month I want to look curvy, and the following month I can just go and take everything
That's the
off.
funny thing. Sometimes some people might think, oh, I want to use it for this occasion, but at certain point you feel like you want more. For some people, they want to maintain it, like for other purposes, whatever they want. But this thing can have a mental health issue on you. Like you can have an issue where you begin to feel like you're not enough. You want more. You might see that the person is okay, but by the time you realize the person is getting more fillers on the lips and is becoming thicker.
But that's it. People are just not
so
for one thing.
it's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's
They
not
want
enough.
more.
So
If I can change my boobs, I can change my ears. If I can change my ears, I
and
can change
the boobs are getting bigger. That's what I'm saying. You might not have that mental capacity because something body dysmorphic disorder. Now you feel like you're not enough, and you keep going,
you keep going.
I sometimes watch documentaries of people who say they've had the number of
like
surgeries,
you watch
Botch,
Botch,
yeah.
for example.
number of
get
surgeries
a
they've
lot.
had, but they still are not
They're not
satisfied.
satisfied.
The doctor said at this point it's life threatening, but they still want to do it. Do you understand? So it's dicey.
It's
You
dicey.
might not have that capacity to handle the pressure. So what do you want from life? Some people may want it. Fine, if you want it, it's your decision, really. Basically, it's your decision. We can't do much about it. But if you really care about what you want to be or what you want to do with your life, which has nothing to do with the body and whatnot, focus on yourself, enjoy life. And funny enough, there are people out there who like the kind of body that you have. You have to start accepting yourself. Eventually, when you have that confidence in yourself and you carry yourself up, people will follow. Most people will follow suit. Most people will respect you for that. But if you are giving off I'm timid and what
I'm
people
not
can
sure
read. People
vibes.
can
Yeah.
read their emotions
Yeah.
and then trigger you. So it's your decision basically. What do you really want? If this is what you want and you go for it, you face the consequences. So social media is social media, unless they decide that no more social media in the world. Then we know
No, but
that.
I think that the most important thing about social media is know that these people are human. They have issues as well. They break down, they cry in their rooms. When she's crying, you're not there. You don't know what they go through, the phases of life they go through. So it's not about picking one personality to go like, I want to be like her. You should be more. You should, I want to be more than what she has, regardless of her body or something. I like her mind, her brain. I like how intelligent she is. You know, you can pick someone. When I started my journalism's, course, when I was at TV3, I was like, oh, this lady, I like her. I want to follow her. I want to. Then she disrespected me. I'm like, you know what? Me and you, we're on the same level. It's just unfortunate you're on TV at this time. You don't talk to me this way again. And the whole newsroom was like, okay, you did that. Like, yeah. The fact that she's on TV doesn't mean, she started early. That's the only thing. I like how intelligent she is. When she's doing interviews, she asks intelligent questions. So I'm always in awe when I'm listening to her, and I'm in the newsroom and like, wow. But the day she's like, no, don't
It's
try
gone.
it.
See, when it's
No, it was gone.
Yeah.
In as much as I would love to do what she was always doing, I realized that no, she's human, I'm human. Let me just like her for her smartness, her intelligence, but not everything of
Not
her.
everything. Yeah. All right. So we have about 3 minutes left. So basically, we're signing out in about 2 minutes. So just your final words, Akushika, from a professional perspective. How to deal with body shaming.
The comments, like I've said time and time again, it's out of your control. But what is in your control? Sit with yourself. What can I do in my power to make myself feel good? Sometimes it's about improving certain things about you. Develop some hobbies that makes you feel good about yourself. You do certain things and you do it so well, you feel like, okay, there is something good about me. So find a way to build your confidence. If it's not in your body, you are struggling. Not that it's not in your body. If you're struggling, find it somewhere else, and then it would begin to like make you feel good. Also, dress in things that you feel comfortable in.
Exactly.
Find something that makes you feel comfortable and also look good. If you feel like exposing your body is the normal there and it will not make you feel comfortable, find something that equally make you look smart and nice, that you equally look good in. So remember that you can't control what people say, but what you do is what you can control. Do what you love. Sit with yourself, assess your strengths and your weaknesses, accept yourself for who you are, what you can control and what you can't control. And hey, you'll be able to move through it. Problems will not stop. They will keep coming. But you have to build certain character to handle the pressure.
Your final words in about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Be the strong woman that you are. Be yourself. Like she said, you can't change what people think or say about you. It's you. You're beautiful in your own way. It's you go out there and this is me. I'm now Fabia. Nothing is changing about me. No one can be me. In 1,000 years, if I die today, no one is going to be now Fabia. It's still going to be me. I know friends who go like, hey, I miss Mary's craziness. Yeah, this is me. You get it. No one is going to be that part of it. So learn to accept yourself for who you are. Accept yourself for what you are. Accept your body type, body shape, body whatever you are. And I think we can move on, have a peaceful world instead of we all can't be in one bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So Akushika, you know that this weekend the play, what's the title of the play? The Return of The Legend of Akushika is streaming. It's not streaming. It's being
National
performed at the
Theatre.
National. So George Quay is listening, and he says because you're called Akushika, he's sending you 2 tickets
Oh,
to go to. We are all called Akushika. George Quay, you cannot come and
very
discriminate.
unfair.
Here.
You cannot come and
So my name is
discriminate.
Na Ofebia Akushika.
And mine is Animwaa Akushika Anim-Addo.
so much,
George
George.
Quay, you cannot come and
so
discriminate
unfair.
Thank
like
you
that.
so much. Thank you so
But
much.
anyways,
I'm honored.
thank you,
I'm
George.
honored. And
And you know, take some time out this weekend and go and watch the play. My name's Animwaa Anim-Addo. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
The